Thank you so much, Sam, for having the time and
Thank you for
spelling
having me.
the tea with us
Thank you for
about
having
bar
me.
business.
Yeah.
May you give a little introduction
Yeah,
about
yeah.
yourself?
So I'm Sam. I'm the owner of Wax On,
Yes.
Weserstraße, yeah, in Berlin. I've been there for like, how old is the bar now? It's like nearly 3 years. November will be 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Originally from England.
Yeah.
I'm sure most people know already. But yeah, living over here now. I opened the bar. Damien Gishard, he's the creative director. He's been with me since day one in the bar. And yeah, we're just like, just trying to hustle, do our thing. Yeah.
So what's the point to be like this successful? Because I think for the last two and a half years, roundabout, you managed to be like super well known, not only in Germany, also
Yeah.
like globally.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what is the secret behind? Because we have a lot of good bars, amazing bars, but they're never stepping up the game like this. So what's your secret to be this?
I guess like from the most basic point of view, like, you know, I'm from London. I ran a bar, Matt Wiley's bar. It was a 50 best bar. So I've been involved in the kind of that global scene from the start. And Damien has lived in Germany for like 14 years now. And he's the BCB brand ambassador. So he has connections all over the world through the BCB. So I guess the two of us, before the bar opened, we already had the connections. We were just friends with the people, you know the people that you hang out with, and they're like important for the scene and that kind of thing. So we kind of, that part of the business just came like super easy to us. It was natural. So we just kind of like took hold of that. Obviously, the rise of like social media. Like if you look at social media, like every year gets more and more important. It's like free marketing. And so we'd already been used to doing that. Same again, Damien from the side of the BCB, already had the connections, already knew what to do with it. I'd already had the connections on and how to use social media from living in London, very, very important. So when we opened, that was already kind of done for us. And then the rest of it was like, that gave us time to like focus on service. We've been making drinks for a long time already, so we didn't need to think too much on making the drinks. So we really got to kind of like concentrate on the service side of things. And then the rest of it was just natural to us. We were lucky, right? We worked hard, like we put a lot of hard work in and stuff like that. But, you know, like we were lucky that we'd put the hard work in before we started. So we didn't start from zero, you know, we already had the momentum.
True that.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important to be like close to the industry, like the drinks industry? Do you think it's also a big part, or it's not?
Yeah, I think it's a humongous part of it, because we sell alcohol. That's our job, right? And these are the guys that provide it.
Yeah.
They either make it or they distribute it, for one or the other.
Yeah.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. You work in any industry. You want to be at the person or next to the people that provide whatever it is that you're selling. It just makes perfect business sense. There's always been this kind of like, not always, things are changing, but when I first started, there was always this kind of like attitude that maybe big brands were like dominating the scene and they were taking over and things like that. But I never saw it like that. I always saw it like, these are the guys at the big table, and you know, if you want to be good at what you do, you mix with the best people, right? The people with the knowledge, and you know, you own a bar, and so many bartenders and stuff don't know like P&L, profit and loss. Like who do you learn that from? You learn that from brands. You just go and speak to the big brand, like anyone that works at Bacardi, and you're like, yo, can you help me with this? And they'll be like, yeah, because they do it every day, all day, every day. So it makes sense.
Yeah. So what is your biggest learning from those crazy, tough times? Because I think, you know, it's a roller coaster, definitely opening a bar, of course. So what's your biggest learning?
I think my biggest thing that I've learned is fucking dealing with money, like handling money. Like, I'm not from a wealthy family. I'm not from a rich family and stuff. And I'd always work for other people. If you work for other people, you don't need to think about money. You get a wage, right? And this is what you live on. You know how much you can spend. You know how much your rent is. But if you own your own business, potentially it's endless. So it's like, I have to pay people's salaries. I have to pay people's rent. I have to buy products to sell in the bar. I have to provide money for marketing. There's so many different things. Cleaning, like the list goes on and on and on. And I didn't know this before I started, but I wasn't scared about starting. I knew I wanted to do it. And like, I got it wrong, like loads of times. I think maybe most of the things I do in my life, I get 90% of the things wrong. And I get 10% of it right. But the point is, you learn more from getting it wrong. As long as you don't get wrong twice, right? You get one chance, and then if you fuck it up again, like maybe you're in the wrong industry. Yeah, right?
That's true.
Yeah. So definitely finance is the biggest thing that I've learned personally myself. Yeah.
So what would be an advice would you give to younger people also they want to start in the industry and they maybe want to do their own business?
Yeah, man. I guess it would be like do your concentrate on your trade, but also concentrate on your networking. If you haven't got your own money, find an investor. Figure out how to get money and make sure you have enough money to start with. I started with my own money, 20,000. I've spoken about it loads before, people know. And it was not enough. It was so hard to catch up. It was so hard. It was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, really. So it's like, concentrate on how to make good drinks, do good service, but also make connections to find investment. Because those people are out there, right? So get an investor and then tell your investor that you don't really know that much about money or about investing or about finances. Because they're going to put money in your bar. They're not going to put money in and leave you alone. They probably love it if you ask them, like, can you teach me how to do this? They come over to the bar once a week and you have a weekly management meeting. You have a weekly investors meeting, you know? Are we doing good here? Are we doing bad here? How can we improve? And they'll tell you. And then you could be like, oh, I've got a good idea. We can work with this brand. And if we do it in this style, then we can maybe make some more revenue here and stuff. Get your finances straight. Get your finances straight. It's a business. It's not fun. We're not in the bar doing shots like all night long and, you know, like, rah, living the good life. It looks like we are. But really behind it, it's professional. There's so many professional bars. So just get your money straight.
If you could go back to the beginning from all you know now, would you choose the bar business again? And would you be like opening your bar again? Or
yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, honestly, like half of me says yeah and half of me says no. The real answer would be we don't have the choice to go back in time. We don't have it. It's not real. We always use this analogy, right? You know, if you could go back in time, would you have fallen in love with that person? Would you have opened that business? Would you have said that to that person? The reality of life is we don't have that choice. You are what you are right now in this moment. What's done in the past is done in the past. It's over. What happens in the future, you don't know. So you're right now in the moment. I can only do what I do now. It's good to learn from what you've done in the past. Learn from the things that you've done wrong, learn from the things that you've done well, concentrate on what makes you happy.
Do you like opening a second bar? Do you have any kind of plans? Are you just like...
Yeah, I got some plans. Like, I've always got plans. You know, if you're a creative person, you've always got plans to do something, right? I think like that kind of ADHD part of inside of us is always like, you do something, you want to move on to the next. Always bigger, better, la la la. You have to kind of fight that. I always fight that urge, but I'd love to open another place. To do like, I guess like I want to open another place to correct all of the things that I did wrong. But then probably when I open a new place, I'll do a bunch of new things wrong, and then I'll want to open a new place to keep doing it. And it's like a cycle, and then one day I'm dead, and it's over, like, and that's me finished, like, whatever. Yeah, it's a process, right?
Yeah, but you're happy with the progress in the bar, so how it works for you, so how it works out?
Yeah,
or it turns out?
Yeah, for sure, yeah, I'm really happy with it. Like, we have a good bar. It's a nice little bar. We do what we do really, really well, and we're always learning from it. We push ourselves really hard, and we take it really seriously. Take it really seriously.
Otherwise, you could be there, you know.
Yeah. We take it really, really seriously, and it kind of like we all started off as young bartenders, going out and drinking, going for the party life, and being cool and everything. And then like now you're doing it. You're actually there. You're doing it, and you're like, shit, we need to be serious now. This is like serious business. So I'm happy with the way things are going, and I really like the way that we work together. We always try and improve things and make things better, because no one gets it right. No one gets it right all the time. No one really knows what they're doing. You know, every day is just like a new day, and it's like, yeah. But we're doing really well. We're doing really well.
Nice. So this is not your first time, obviously, at the Bar Symposium. So what do you think about the change they did? You know, like improving the business. What do you think about the Bar Symposium in general?
Yo, I think we could actually, like, we could group that question into what's happened in Germany in general. Like, how long I first came here, like 14 years ago, 15 years ago. And like now, 14 years later, the whole scene has changed. You have things like this now. Okay, I mean, let's talk about BCB as well. It's the biggest bar show in the world. It's the biggest opportunity to connect to people from all over the world. And then now, you know, we're in Cologne and we have another bar show, and it's like people are coming from all over the world. People are coming from all over Germany as well. And it started off small, and every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. What I really like about it here the most is there's more of a focus on education, which I like, because you don't get anywhere without education.
Yeah. True.
No one invents anything from null, right? From zero. No one invents it. It's always
From null,
like
it's perfect.
Yeah, from null. Yeah, gibt gar nichts from null. It's always like an idea on top of an idea on top of an idea on top of an idea. It's like this, and then that's where the big picture comes from. So like what's happening now in Cologne is becoming part of the big picture in Germany. Which is cool. Yeah. You remember like 14 years ago, 15 years ago, the scene was very like, in words, it was a bit like a clique. The bars were like not so connected with each other. There was like, this is our bar, this is like our gang, la la la. Yeah. And there was different things. But over those 14 years, you've seen this kind of like German enterprise, so to speak, come out of it. And people are doing things all over the place. There's like things going on in every major city in Germany now. Which is cool, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
You also see that, you actually see that all around the world. Yeah, happening. It's not just the big names anymore, you know, the big cities. Yeah. It's like things are, Ursprung. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
I think, richtig?
It's a wrap. Fucking done.
You want to say anything to the people? Do you have anything in mind, you know, to give the last advance?
Yeah, keep buying cocktails, otherwise I'm going to go out of business. Ciao. That's it. I'm done.
Love it.
I'm done.
Love it.